Hey everybody, I am David, and today I want to talk about my predictions for the worldwide box office of movies in 2018. So I did this last year for the movies of 2017. I am going to do the results very soon of my predictions. I'm just waiting to see where Star Wars The Last Jedi lands. Right now, it is third in the worldwide box office for movies of 2017, and it seems like it could still go a little bit more higher. So I'm just waiting to see where it lands, and then once the analysts feel that it's going to be landing at a certain spot, then I'll do that video. So it could be this week, it could be next week. It depends on where The Last Jedi starts to really slow down. But I heard it's not even released in all countries yet. So that's what I think I heard. So with that being said, let's get into my predictions of how I think the rankings will be for the worldwide box office in 2018. I compiled a list of 10 movies that I think will be the top 10 movies in the worldwide box office. Now, some of these movies aren't necessarily my most anticipated. Some of them are. I think all of these movies I'm looking forward to, but if you've seen my top 10 most anticipated movies, that's a different video altogether, so go check that out. So let's start at number 10. At number 10, I think Mission Impossible 6 will get there. I think it will break the top 10. There were a lot of movies I had to leave out of this list that I was really having trouble with. But when I really think about it, movies that I left off this list, for an example, are Rampage, Ready Player One, Jurassic World, The Fallen Kingdom, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, Ant-Man and the Wasp, and Bumblebee. I think people are getting tired of Transformers movies. Ant-Man and the Wasp, I think people really like the first Ant-Man movie. There's a lot of people that did, and the first one did really well. I just think the competition is really tough. And the Mission Impossible movies have all done really well. The last two have made around 600 million, so we will see. I know the first Ant-Man movie made around 500 million. So, I mean, it is possible Ant-Man and the Wasp can rise above it. But I feel Mission Impossible 6 might take that cake. Mostly because if Ant-Man it depends on how Avengers Age of Ultron puts an impression on Ant-Man. If they give him a really good moment like they did with Civil War, and make people say, hey, you know what, I want to see this character again, I think Ant-Man and the Wasp will do really, really well, and I'll be totally wrong on this. Or people might be like, yeah, Ant-Man was cool, but you know what, maybe it's the one that I can wait for Blu-ray or DVD or online streaming or whatever. We'll see. I'm hoping I'm wrong. I want all these movies to do really well, so we'll see. At number 9, I have Mary Poppins Returns. That's right, there's a new Mary Poppins movie. This is nowhere close to my most anticipated, but it is on this list that I do think it will crack the top 10 box office. Don't call me crazy on it, because let's remember, Mary Poppins, the original film, came out in, I believe, 1968 or 1969, and it's a beloved classic for not just young generations. I think older generations really love the original Mary Poppins, and I think this will get people like my grandmother, like my parents, to want to go and see it. I think this will be the Beauty and the Beast. Maybe not as successful as Beauty and the Beast. I don't think it will hit $1 billion, but I do think it will hit maybe 700 or 800 million. I do think it will crack that top 10, definitely. So that's why I put that here. I think it has a very wide range appeal in terms of ages. So I could be wrong, maybe not. We'll see. By the end of this year, for sure. That one comes out in December, so it's one of the last ones. So that's a really good December film, a family-friendly film for the Christmas holidays. I think a lot of generations will definitely want to check it out. At number 8, I have X-Men Dark Phoenix. This is one of my most anticipated, definitely in my top 10. I am looking forward to it. But the X-Men films, unfortunately, the ones without Wolverine, haven't really made it to the 8, unless it's Deadpool, haven't really made it to the $800 million range. First Class and Apocalypse, I think First Class only managed to make like 300 million, and Apocalypse, X-Men Apocalypse, only made 500 million. So, or 600 million, I don't remember now. But yeah, none of them have been able to manage to make like X-Men Days of Future Past or Deadpool or even Logan. So that's why I'm not, unless reviews are like stellar, I think the movie's going to crack the top 10 either way. So it is an X-Men movie after all, and I think a lot of people are excited to see the Phoenix Saga done right. So we'll see. At number 7, I have Ralph Breaks the Internet, Wreck-It Ralph 2. The first one is beloved by a lot of people. Some people were even mad that year it came out and it didn't win the Academy Award for Best Animated Feature. It went to, I think, Tangled or something instead. And people were like, no, Wreck-It Ralph deserves... Or no, it went to Brave. That's right. And people were like, no, it should have went to Wreck-It Ralph. Wreck-It Ralph was better than Brave. That was like one of the only years where people really thought a Disney film was better than the Pixar film. And yeah, I agree. This movie the first one was a lot of fun. I just rewatched it again. And I think the second one is just going to be just as enjoyable. And I think it will make the top 10 worldwide. We'll see. At number 6, I have Aquaman. After seeing how Justice League fared in theaters, I think Aquaman is going to still hold up really well in the top 10. I know Justice League did not make the top 10, which is really sad. But I think just like Wonder Woman, Aquaman is going to offer us something different. Plus, it's not Zack Snyder. I think people are aware of certain directors, and you can see Zack Snyder's style in Justice League. It looks similar to Batman v Superman and Man of Steel. Maybe not in tone, but in style. And I think with Aquaman, it is going to have a different flavor there that I think will draw people in. Plus, like I said, it's something different. It's more underwater, just like how Wonder Woman gave us some different stuff by setting it in a World War I setting. I think Aquaman will offer something new and fresh that people will want to go and check this out. But I do think the Justice League film will bring it down a bit. Number 5, I have Solo, a Star Wars story. I don't think it's going to be as successful as Rogue One or even The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi. But I do think, it is a Star Wars movie. Star Wars fans are going to come out. I mean, all the prequels did pretty good in theaters too. So that says something, the power of Star Wars. I think the only Star Wars movie not to do so well was the Clone Wars animated movie. But I think people smelled that there was something fishy about that one. Because it was really a couple of episodes just crammed together as one thing, and they called it a movie. But it wasn't. It should have been direct-to-video, and that was it. The Solo Star Wars story, I think fans are going to go see it either way, no matter what. There's not going to be a bomb with Star Wars. I will be shocked if this movie doesn't crack the top 10. Moving on. At number 4, I have Deadpool 2. Everybody loved the first Deadpool. As well, everybody that I know and I've heard. I know the movie isn't well loved. Like, it has, I believe, like an 82% or something on Rotten Tomatoes. So not all critics loved it. I know not all fans loved it as well because of the profanity. Some people are sensitive to some of the jokes, whatever. Me, I loved it, and all the cool people I know loved it. So I think this movie is going to do well. I think it's going to do really well. I think it's even going to make more, maybe not much more than the first one. I think it will hit that $800 million range, just like the first one. Maybe, just maybe, a small maybe, hit the $900 million range. We'll see. At number 3, Black Panther. This is my number 2 most anticipated movie of the year. Black Panther is going to do really well. I think just like Aquaman and Wonder Woman, like I said with Aquaman earlier, I think just like Wonder Woman, this is going to appeal to a mass audience that want to see something fresh and different with a superhero movie. And Black Panther is definitely going to get that. Mostly also because people trust Marvel by this point. If you look at all their films, all of them have done really successful, which is why it was hard for me to leave Ant-Man and the Wasp out. But I think people seen Ant-Man, and I have to see a trailer to really get a sense of what we're all going to be thinking of Ant-Man. Maybe they put out a whole great trailer that gets us all really pumped up and excited, and then my list changes. But right now, that's why I left Ant-Man off. But Black Panther, now that we've seen the trailer, everybody seems really excited about this trailer. Some people even seem a little bit more excited than they are for a certain other Marvel film coming out from the MCU this year, which I'll get to very soon. But yeah, Black Panther definitely is going to be a top 10 movie of 2018. At number 2, The Incredibles 2. This is definitely hands down a movie that's going to do extremely well in theaters. Just like Finding Dory, Monsters University, the Toy Story sequels. Even if you go back and see Cars 2 did better than the first one. People will go and check out these Pixar sequels, and The Incredibles is a beloved classic from Pixar, and it's one that people have been asking for a sequel for a long, long time. I'm really excited about it. Definitely one of my most anticipated. So I think it will be, if it's not number 1, it will be number 2 for sure. And now the number 1 most anticipated movie of 2018 that I think will be the number 1 movie of the year is Avengers Age of Ultron. There is no doubt in my mind. If you are somebody that doesn't like the MCU, put that to the side for a minute. Put that to the side. Think of how excited other people are. There are a lot of people really excited about the MCU. Avengers Age of Ultron, Infinity War, is going to be the beginning of the end of the first 10 years. 10 years, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, starting with Iron Man back in 2008, has been building up to this. They've been building in each film that they've been making. They've been setting up these Infinity Stones, and they're all going to come together in this film, as well as next year's Avengers film. And to see the Guardians of the Galaxy crossing over with the Avengers for the first time, that's going to be crazy. To see characters we haven't seen interact yet, like Doctor Strange and Tony Stark, or, whatever you want to say, whatever other characters you want to grab, Spider-Man and Thor, or the Hulk and Black Panther. We're going to see characters that we've never seen interact before, and that's what's going to be fun about this movie. It's going to be like the first Avengers all over again. Maybe not. Maybe I'm overhyping myself because of my excitement for the movie, but I really do think that this will easily be the number 1 movie of 2018. So with that being said, guys, tell me what you think. Do you agree with me? Do you think these 10 movies that I named will be in the top 10 this year? Remember, don't if you're not interested in a movie, think how the general audience is thinking of that movie. Go online, see what other people are saying about it, see how excited they are about it, because that might give you an idea of what movies will reach the top 10 and what won't. What movies won't be cracking the top 10 movies worldwide of this year. So with that being said, I hope you guys liked this video. Subscribe to my channel, and until next time, take care.